Alright then. Let's go ahead and get this started. So, yeah, we only have like one chapter left of... So I have to actually get on the right window. Yeah, so yeah, we only have like one episode left of chapter 1. Get this up, there we go. So yeah, that's all we need to check out, and I don't know why this is not highlighted. Oh. Alright, well, whatever. Actually, what is this anyways? We have to fight Gibber. Lots of things to fight. Alright, well, let's just get into this. Yeah, after this chapter, I think we might take a look at the event, probably, I don't know, but, well, we'll see. Anyways. I'm unable to find any traces of strange beings. It's as if they never existed. You know anything about them? Nothing more than what they told us, engineer, scientists, and assistants to Decagrammaton's prophets. Even from the grave, Decagrammaton his machination continued to plague us. There's too many unanswered questions. I don't know why they called us here, but it seems our presence here was a powerful component in completing this elder sister they spoke of. They did all of us, or a specific individual, and why, I don't know though. Maybe it was the nameless priest and the god's technology of Abbey Estra. Thereafter. Or even the Shamshas. There's so many unknowns around the General Student Council President's last gift to Shale. It could even beat the super delicate genius hacker Akaboshi Himari's fearsome gift of omniscience. Anyways, that's not real. You know who this elder sister is? Not right now, I need more data. We'll have to do some more research and analysis when we return to the lab. First, I just remembered something. Huh? Decagrammaton's last words to us. Ah, yes, I can see it. Ain't one. Ah, yes, I can see it. The prophets lead the other prophets. My final prophet Malkuth, leading the charge to validate my existence. Malkuth. You're right, I mean, Malkuth would be the last seraph in the Tree of Life, I believe. We may be at the precipice of a never-before-seen catastrophe. What do we do, President? Prepare. We will have to prepare to fight those who carry out Decagrammaton's will. We'll be at odds with the 3 engineers, Einstein and Ohm. Or. I would assume we would have little time to do so. This is merely speculation, but I expect it to be no small task either. Two of those will have to ready themselves for a fight against all 10 prophets recorded in the Tree of Life. All 10 prophets? Understand that time is of the essence. We must take immediate action. What we're missing right now is, what we're missing as of right now is information. We need to gather as much data on the 5th prophet, Yobra, as possible. I like this idea. The weather out here is very nice. We can treat this like a vacation. Are those real words coming out of your mouth? How can you call these conditions vacation-worthy? This frozen tundra is more like a prison. Ah, Himari. You know, Himari, you might be delicate, but you're also old. Very, very old. I think about it. Why would you need all those layers? Like, right now, Toki and I aren't wearing, like, too much for this. Himari over there is wearing a lot. It's like when you get old, you start to get a lot more colder, like around the, well, just about anywhere. Then you tend to put on more layers. It's kind of like that with Himari. Himari's just old. Very old. That's probably why she's in a wheelchair. Anyways, let's not lose our composure. It's important to maintain a calm mind at times like this. See, Toki's on my side. Sensei help. Can't change the situation, so let's make the most of it. You stay here in the retirement home. I'm gonna go outside. Live my life. It's you, Sensei. Fine. I will adapt to the cold temperature, so enjoy your frigid vacation. Yay, off we go. Yeah, let's go have fun in the desert. This is probably a desert, right? Right? Right, zombies? Right? Boku no, you have to heal the zombies. or Kokuna, you have to heal the zombies. Also, now I think about it, whatever happened to Kuzunoha? When are we gonna see Kuzunoha again? Like seriously, kind of just, I don't know. It's kind of like just in the volume map, and then just piece off. You kind of expected a little bit more of her like doing stuff, but yeah, she kind of just disappeared on the like right after volume map. Like you only heard of her like, I don't know, during volume 5, I believe. I can't reach that. But you know what? Whatever. Let's kill the Hoshino. Oh, speaking of Hoshino, you know what? I kind of almost half expecting I don't know, hear this. Like half expecting Kuzunoha to, I don't know, bring back Yume somehow, and then send Yume's, well, I suppose Yume's spirit to go up and save Hoshino. Something like that. But that never happened. That'd been a good way to reintroduce Hoshino, or rather Kuzunoha. A natural good way. Like I said, it never happened. Never happened at all. It's a shame, really. Nope. Oh yeah, that's good. At least I can do this to all of you. There you go, now you're all dead. No, you take care of this. Tsurugi's dying. That's the sound of Tsurugi's dying. Tsurugi is dead. I should know because of the Gmod streams. That's how they all sound when they die. Also, what's that? It's nearly complete. Yeah, no halos on any of these. Yes, our elder sister will be complete and born into this world soon. Will she remember us? Will she not? Does it matter? It does not. You know, the more I look at these girls, the more I'm thinking to myself, if we somehow manage to get into this control room, I think we can easily take out these girls. Like look at them. They don't have any halos. They don't want to bet that they go down in one shot from a gun. You know what? I think it's time for a sensei to get his hands dirty. Very dirty. In fact, if you're not used to this level of dirtiness, you might want to look away. Oh, granted, we're not here, so it's fine for them. For everyone, really. Elder sister, awaken. The kingdom of Decagrammaton rises, elder sister. Our Malkuth. It's the lady from one of the CGs. We continue in chapter 2. Alright, let's go to chapter 2. After I take a look at some things. Alright. Alright, let's see what this is all about. Oh. Alright, well, I guess we go to chapter 2 from here. Okay, well, I guess there wasn't really an event, popping around, in this game, but you know what, that's okay. That means we get to look more at chapter 2 and probably complete it today. Probably, I'm not sure how many, chapters there are in this. Also, what the hell? They have levels! Levels! Also, speaking of levels, give me a sec. Alright, you know what? Where are you? I'm gonna pretend you are not dead and bring you back to life some more. That do actually, what? Do this. She's lively. She's not making those zombie noises anymore. At least I don't think she is. How about Hoshino? Is she lively? I bet she's lively. If she's not lively enough, let me. Where'd you get this? Oh, whatever. Yes, I'm gonna have to level up Hoshino's affection later. Yeah. There you go. I can be your zombie friend. Alright, let's go. This place. Also, you know, I just realized, or rather remember, that this is where like the PV took place. The PV that we just gotten over at the JP side as of late. Just noticed that. You're surprised because you think I noticed earlier. But anyways, how's it looking at me, Toki? No major changes detected during recon. I've identified the occasional Decagrammaton's followers, but they're not hostiles. No combat initiated. We decided to continue the operations here in hopes of securing more data on the fifth prophet, Gebra. But we got nothing. This feels like a waste of manpower and resources. More importantly, this environment is too harsh for a delicate, beautiful, super genius chick, cool beauty like me. Add more adjectives to your moniker, President. Furthermore, I believe chick and cool are inaccurate descriptions. Absolutely wrong. I am the very epitome of a chick cool beauty, Emmy. You should really think more highly of me. Yes, Emmy. Regardless of reality, it is important to encourage high self-esteem in both ourselves and others. Let it burn. Burn. Toki, has anyone ever told you that some things are better left unsaid? No. You know me very well, President Himari. However, I do not understand the sentiment and have no desire to either. Do something about this, Sensei. It's bad enough with Emmy, and now I must endure Toki as well. You're old. Old. Toki is ill intention at the very least, but you're old. That's precisely the problem. Now let's move on to the matter at hand. We need to collect more data on Gebra. I do have a report on that matter. It's what you may call a hunch, however. Oh, that piques my interest. Please elaborate. Yes, my hunch is about Gebra itself. To be precise, it's an impression I received during our battle. To me, it appeared that Gebra was avoiding direct engagement, as if it did not want to indicate an all-out war between us. Agreed. I felt it was, I felt its primary motive was not to fight. I see. Then if we evaluate what we know of Gebra so far, we surmise that it's doing its utmost to delay battle, unlike other Decagrammaton prophets we've encountered, because of an ulterior motive we have yet to uncover. That's correct. Never endure Toki's intuition. Considering that you fought it face to face, I trust your report. However, that doesn't change what needs to be done. Continue to track Gebra and its activity. I yell out loud and decide to do nothing because, well, there's not much I can do. Yes, Sensei. Let's say Gebra has some masterful plan brewing in the background. Then it's a super phenomenon task force job to figure out what that is. Everyone, without further ado. Enemy alert, we're under attack. Sorry, I just felt like shooting. Never mind, stand down, that's just me. I just felt like shooting. I got a little bit more bloodlust in me. I apologize. In fact, you two might want to stay away from me. An unpredicted pattern. President, we're under attack. No, that's just me. I just need to get the bloodlust out. Just run away. Hurry. Before I turn on you. Yes, I heard. For them to change their MO and subtly aggress. Was some kind of new command structure established and now they're seeking to engage in battle? Or perhaps it's retaliation for us chasing down Gebra's trail. But there's no trace of Gebra, we haven't found a wisp of it. Yes, I found nothing while analyzing the data either. Then what could have prompted? Analysis and contemplation have to wait. Commencing battle. Ah! I shouldn't have turned on me. Anyways, you know, I kind of wish these, well, all the stories in the main story actually had, voice acting. I wish it did. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Like, I heard some people say that, like, outsourcing voice actresses for this game is difficult, but I don't know. Considering that a game like, say, Nikki has like a bunch of voice actors like on hand, and they usually show up like either during like important events or the main story. I feel like if I threw them. There we go. Oh, it's close. Well, anyways, yeah, I feel like it should be easy for Nexon to be able to, I don't know, get some voice actresses and have them do all the voices for the story. If anything, voice acting actually makes a difference when it comes to, I don't know, pushing out your story, or rather portraying your story, because, just the way the voice actresses, or voice actors, I don't know, like put out an inflection or something. You actually change like how a story is perceived. Because I should know. I should know because, well, or rather we should know. Well, actually, if you show up on Nikkei streams, because we have had voice acting in Nikkei before, and usually just having a little bit of an inflection there in the voices, or hell, just having the voices in general, just brings out like the story itself. I mean, hell, I'm still. Actually, you know what? Speaking of Nikkei, yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit more of that tomorrow and later. There's gonna be a lot more to go off of, and hopefully, you'll get to see what I mean in that regards. Because the recent event we're checking out does have voice acting, and so far the voice acting is pretty good. Like, even though it's like English dub, it's still pretty good. Oh, and P.S. There are also other dubs as well, but the only reason why I chose English dub is so I don't have to read everything. So that's one of the reasons, well, why I would like to have voice acting. Like, with this game, if it has voice acting, it's going to be Japanese voices overall, but I don't know. Even then, I'd still rather have voice acting. Just to bring out the characters, just to bring them out. But anyways, Emi, Tokyo, are you all okay? Report. I'm Hemi. Mission accomplished, President. Okay. We didn't really need you to announce your name, Emmy, but, yeah, hello. Hello, Emmy, I'm Sensei. Hello. Likewise, no damage or injuries to report. However, during the fight, we discovered two things. One can be delivered by oral report, the second will require a show and tell. Which shall we do, first? Let's start with the simple one. Talking is easier. Decagrammaton's forces and movements appear to be more organized. How so? I will speak. Previously, they appeared to have no sense of director or leadership. That is no longer the case. They carried out the concealment, ambush, and siege tactics perfectly. Of course, they caused no problems for me at all. Peace. Do something, Sensei. The president was already too much, but now Toki's joined her. Toki doesn't have any bad intentions. I do. Don't you think that's the problem? Yes, but I'd rather be the problem. Also having a strange sense of feeling of deja vu. That expression of distress on Emi's face, amazing, Toki, incredible, even laudable work. Thank you, President Himari. What's the second item, the one I needed to see? I'll send it to you now. Sensei, please look and tell us what you think as well. It's the sky. What's this? It's the sky! Why are there circles on the sky? Aliens? Was it enough that they did this to our crops? Now they do this to our skies! Sky circles! Something massive is flowing through the glacial sea. having seen it in person. What's your opinion, Emmy? It's an icebreaker. Also, hold on. What am I supposed to be looking at? No, seriously, I was joking before, but seriously, what am I supposed to be looking at? All I see is the ice sheet. Where should my attention be focused on? Here? It's a plus you want me to look at? That's... It's a plus! It wasn't bad enough that they not screw it. I give up. I already made a crop circle joke. I'm not gonna make a joke on a plus. Anyways, I agree with your assessment. I'd also add that the icebreaker seems to have been caused by a ship of some kind. Oh wait, you're talking about this. You're talking about this. I see. You know what? That's kind of normal. You kind of expect to see stuff like this from time to time, especially with the rising temperatures and what have you. You know, the whole climate change thing. So yeah, this is pretty normal. It's just rising temperatures. That's all. As you see on the screen, I see that's true. As a recon master around here, I would assert that we must follow this trail. Girls, it's just broken ice. Like, unless you see a ship or something, or like a very big straight line. Yeah, this is literally just a non sequitur. Just a non sequitur. Go ahead, girls. Don't think too hard about it. This could be the trace of Gebra we've been searching for. No, I don't think so. Do you remember where we first encountered Gebra? It came out of nowhere, bursting up from the glacial sea's bed of ice. I get it. I get what the person is trying to say. Exactly. Gebra has always been taking advantage of its ability to mobilize undetected beneath the glacial sea. From what we've seen of its movement, this is a far cry from its usual patterns. Whoever did this is showing off. It's not in line with Gebra's previous behavior. Like it was putting its strength on display. It could be something even worse than Gebra. Is there a whale? Oceano, prepare yourself. It's a whale. Not a prophet? No, not another prophet. It's a whale. Mother whale. Nothing is confirmed yet. We've been floundering without leads ever since we lost track of Gebra. But it appears it's time for us to take action. So let's follow the trail. And pause our efforts to find Gebra? Yes! I see it. This is connected to another prophet as Toki and I suspected. Gebra is likely somewhere along this path as well. Those children have been weighing on my mind. Sensei, we can't take them in. We can't. They don't have halos. That means they're not from Kibitos. That means they're illegals. You must drive them out. In pieces. Do you mean the 3 engineers we encountered, Einstein and Orr? They were the first ones to actually attempt to communicate with us. Their appearance could hardly be a mere coincidence. Alright, Sensei, I agree. Emi and Toki will begin tracking down the... What are you talking about, President? You have to come too. Yes, and Sensei should come. Me too. Like, I was gonna go over there to clear the path. Just so I could, deliver some justice to a few gremlins, but sure, okay. And me? Of course, who knows how far this trail will take us. Don't worry, I'll carry Grandpa with us. Don't you worry. Walking will be inefficient. We'll have a helicopter in the operations room. We should use that. Yes, efficiency is important. I'll say it again. Since it's important, efficiency is really important. Do you realize you're asking me, a delicate, weak, and frail, and fragile beauty, to fly through the harsh environment of the glacial sea? Grandpa, we can't just leave you here. We gotta keep going together. It's fine, President. You're much stronger than you think. I guarantee it. No, Emily, don't go. Make her overexert herself. That's right, President Himari. To be more precise, you're like a red panda. Raised his little horn trying to block a path. God damn it, Toki, you made look more cute at should seem. Does that mean I'm strong or weak? The scope of the search is going to expand significantly. I can hardly argue with Sensei. Understood. And me, Toki, please return, and we will commence our investigation of the new clue. I rudely interjected. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry. Please don't look at me like that. I didn't mean to interject. It was spontaneous. I couldn't control myself. You're strangely excited about this, Sensei. I apologize. Sorry, Grandma. Also, why their boss over there is also has a halo? Because if she doesn't, then guess who else is going to be in pieces once I get there. Take this part with this. It had the cylinder over there across again. Hey, if my calculations are correct. And there you are. Are you messing with the machines again? Yeah. A shock. What did I do? Soph, you scared me. Sorry for screaming. Scared? We're getting scared of. It's only you, me, and Aura here. Or me and you. No outsiders allowed. Oh, are you sure about that? Someone's not aware of their mortality. Wow, I was really focused, and you spoke to me so suddenly that I couldn't help it. Alright, I'm sorry, okay? Yes, he's sorry. I'm gonna break in, and then all of you are gonna be in pieces. Anyways, what's this master machine for? The child, where do I start? Well, I don't need all the dirty details. Just give me the rundown. Yes, I'm utilizing the maximum number of cogs connected to the proper axles, added more supporting cylinders, and hooked it all up to the power system. You interweave and knit together the maximum number of parts, and had the most biggest ever machine calculator. I thought you were going to say something else, but you know what? That's all right. It'll make it easier for me to blast you out a little bit. Another one, but the specs are astronomical. Compared to the previous editions, it can memorize 10,000 50-digit numbers. Can you do that with a basic old calculator? The one that you can fit in your pocket? This is just a factory-sized version of that. Yeah, everyone has their hobbies. I didn't mean to. Well, you know, now that I'm making another look, it's super impressive. Yup, yeah. The way you can control this thing with one lever, how efficient. I don't, you think so? I really like stuff like this. Stuff like what? Uniform mass devices, carrying out your rules impeccably. Yes, rules are very good and having a clear input and output. And yes, it's even better if it's a big, hard device. Yes, big and hard. Just like my gun. And if it can move out, if it can move forever with outside help, there's nothing better in the whole world. Wait, perpetual motion machines are only hypothetical. And 9, you can't call things big and hard. Yes, you can. I call it Scar. Yes, Scar. It fires a 7.62 by 51 millimeter round, capable of tearing through sheet metal, like yourself. Is that so? Why is that so? Well, that's... Yes, that's because among humans, there are expressions of vulgarity. That's what you were saying, yes, Soph? What? No, girls, I was talking about my gun. I was talking about Scar. Wait, what's on your minds? Or... Well, I could not have ascertained the reason. I learned in my research of Kivitos's social protocol that this expression causes humans an embarrassment of some sort. Yes. Also, no, it doesn't. It's something to be proud of. It's something to be used against people like you. Want to see the grenade launcher? But this begs the question: why is Sal so proficient in human idioms? Now that you mention it, see, Ina's curious too. Hurry, confess. Oh, drop it. If you don't. Today's topic: how does Soph come to learn human expressions? My first theory: Soph is a stalker who finds pleasure in observing inferior races, such as humans. She enjoys their contradictory manners, the way they often convolute their goals by unnecessarily fretting over morals and processes. You know what? I can't wait to get into that room. I really need to test the 40 millimeter grenades. See how well they function against sheet metal like yourselves. Right, you pieces of sheet metal? Or blast you to bits. Then there'll be nothing left except streams in the wind. I should probably stop talking like this now. No, I'm starting to scare myself. She does this despite the fact that it is obviously divergent from the objective we should be investigating. We should find out. Now, Soph's logic circuits are overloaded. The end goal is to observe Soph's expressions of embarrassment. Enough! I wonder what's for dinner. Ow! Are you alright, Or? You repoint the shell, and my ship sails in the morning. Stop indulging yourself with useless jabbering and focus on deciphering the commandment. We need to hasten and prove their existence before the completion of the altar. The commandment? But I finished it? Already. Good. That means we can set sail now. Later, losers. I'm off to get jiggy with it. Yes, the data we gathered during the battle with Abadessa was an immense boon. What other reason would I have to interact with you, and not about the commandment? My. This is what they call an inflated ego, Soph? You should have disclosed that information to begin with. No violence. Yes, violence. I'm feeling the need for violence. Time to tear someone apart, like yourself. Let's say might have the scar, but I have the P90. That's more than enough to tear you two apart. This is the commandment of the nameless gods. At last, with this in hand, we can probably reproduce the sublime before the sublime. To be honest, I really thought there was nothing more than a long lost myth. Not so long or lost. This is written in the Master's records. Yes, the Master declared, prove my being to the far reaches of the land. But variables out of anyone's control brought about tragedy. See, there's a tragedy. There is again. That's a tragedy. That's a mistake. Sin will proliferate the land, and all plans born of that mind shall be wicked. Water will purify all. Well, it's what one would call an unfortunate result. That's why we had to look for more leads. A different direction. And that's what led us here, but... What's wrong, Ein? What thought plagues you? Even if it was in pursuit of truth and proof of the Master's existence, is it truly necessary to rely on abandoned power? But I don't mean to rebel against the Master's teaching. What brings about this curiosity? We are faultless, as we are created flawless. Therefore, anything we do is without a fault. Well, the intent behind Ein's question does not escape me entirely. We are the embodiment of perfection, so why do we need to change? To find ways to improve our other functions? That's it. That's why I think we... No, that's where you're wrong, Ein. We wire logic circuits in this fashion. As we as perfect beings are merely utilizing the tools the nameless gods' powers. It was in fact verification of our perfection. Note, the more I watch you girls talk, particularly Or, the more you guys remind me of Mecha Shifty. Or Mega Mecha Shifty. Mega shit. Yes, mega shit. Anyways. Is that how it is? Yes, you're all mega shit. That's it. That's basically it. That's right. Who else could wield such a power besides us? The perfect creations, the mega shit. All will fall before us. Granted creation. And once we perfectly implement our plan, the fragments of this land will be converted into our source. If you really think about it, they give ourselves fancy names like nameless gods, but they are just old ancient fossils at this point. I'd make sure of that. They are nothing but fuel to us. Like fossil fuels the humans love so much. Why do you like fossil fuels? Why not fusion technology? Why not use that? Apparently, that's more efficient. We have one right behind me, right over there. You see it? Good. I hope you do. That's not one singular thing about and that's not one singular thing wrong about psychic power from beings manifested from past legacies. You must drain for the future too. Drain from everything. Drain, baby. Oh, what's with the strange looks? Why y'all look at me like that? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that fossil fuel analogy. Also, with the what's an oil rig? We're not I consider it a strange human quirk that only self can truly comprehend. And why do you bring her here? I myself cannot comprehend Soft's curious infatuation with such inferior beings. Curiosity is too strong of a description. That's our territory, right? We're going to rule over them. And therefore, we must take everything they have and make it our own. That's what conquerors do. So it's more like livestock? No, that's very wrong and actually too wrong. Yes, exactly. Just as humans know the ins and outs of their own livestock. What is this? Livestock? Probably another strange and trivial concept that only Self knows. Get away from Ryan. Leave Self your peculiarities here. We shall test the new computer device you developed. You get away. You're bad influence on Ein. He needs to know how the economy works. False. You're the epitome of an influence that is negative. Wait, Soft, or don't fight. This is a message from Gebra. From darling Gebra, I must check immediately. It's suggesting an operation all on its own and to have its limits released. No, our Gebra can't handle that much strain. Let's turn it up for now. Aha! Gebra's original message was to identify and eradicate any enemies within the glacial sea. It seeks to complete its directive. I can sympathize. It's always important to achieve your goals. Wonderful, wonderful. A revenge match it is, of sorts. My darling Gebra is a little hot-headed, but still, there's more. Although unlikely, the event that Gebra is defeated, it requests more emeralds to be lured to that place. A plan B, you say? Fascinating. My. An issue of differing import. Well, it looks fun, so let's comply. Are you sure? Not that I have an opinion one way or another. I have checked. It's that place, and our darling Gebra's intention. Yes, it is ready to function at 100% capacity. However, the plan itself, you can't help but approve of. As she says, its strength is on par with that the plan's demands. Force the enemy to fight, and fight. I also thought that was fight, and something else. Until they find themselves teetering at their limits. Terrain advantage is on our side as well. But how do we know the plan will work if something happens to our baby? Marty's veteran doubt sign, and that's not our baby. It's our servant. In that event, you will have to simply step in. You're right. I really can't clear my head then. Why? If that happens, then I will raise to the occasion with excitement. Then we'll all agree now. We agree to Gabriel's plan. I say yes. Yes, we must allow them all to grow. Respect their autonomy. The prophets will have only opened their eyes after all. Alright, if Selfador thinks so, and more importantly, if our darling Gibra wishes, I'll do my utmost to prove how we can employ the Nameless God's power in ways before unimagined. I wonder what will happen. I wonder what. Also, give me one sec. I need to go use the restroom real quick. Be right back. Alrighty then. Also, flaming sword. Flaming sword? What's gonna happen with the flaming sword? Well, let's see what we got here. This Gebra again. Alright, well. Nothing we can't handle. Second. We've been following the trail deeper into the glacial sea for a considerable time now, but there's nothing significant of note. Let's pause to organize our data and reevaluate our goals. Please hold up the video, Emmy. Yes, President. Our actions can be categorized into 3 main stages. We found Gebro and found this clue, and now we're tracking it. But at the goal of our investigation, we're unable to determine Gebro's intentions here. Hasn't always been difficult to figure out the Prophet's motives. Of course, there were all the exception of Cheese, and that was the munitions factory. The character that was guarding the ruins of the submerged district. And during that, we encountered 3 strange children who claimed to be engineers and followers of Decagrammatons. They attacked us. That's all correct, however. But truly of interest to me was their intent or mention of the nameless god's power. To be exact, they call it forbidden technology. Yes, they realized immediately that it was the same power used on my weapon, Epiestra. And so that I came to a conclusion that there was no direct connection between the Decagrammaton and the nameless gods. Oh, I originally remarked that it had to be, or there must be some relationship between the two, but I was incorrect. There's too many unanswered questions. I don't know why they called us here, but it seems our present here with the pocket point in completing this elder or sister they spoke of. Whether they needed us or just a specific individual and why, I still don't know. Maybe it was the nameless priest and god's technology in Abiasha they were after. Or even the Shimchas. There's so many unknowns around the GSC president's last gift to Shale. I can't tell them. I can't. It could even be the super delicate... Wait a sec. We looked through all this before, haven't we? That's not real. That's what we know, and the rest of it is my hypothesis. But if the reason those children and engineers who introduced themselves as Ein Sophinor called us to Glacial Sea was to complete this elder sister, then we can predict that the information they needed was the most was data from Abiesha. Yes, that appears accurate. Abiesha's data. It's a simple supposition, Sensei. They were already aware of the nameless god's powers. So upon learning such a power, what would be the natural next step? It would be to acquire and validate the data, and confirm if it could be used in their to their advantage. They fought us in order to gather data about or on Abiesha. Then the real purpose behind that fight. Correct. It was part of their strategy. Although I'm still unclear on what their strategy or motive was. As a caveat, this is all pure speculation. Speculations we've been having trouble finding any shred of evidence for. However, it will align with why Gebro has been refusing to meet us on the battlefield. And on top of everything, we have encountered a new prophet. To have left such a conspicuous trail, they must have had some purpose in the Glacial Sea, right? That's likely the case. I'm curious about its appearance. Me as well. Perhaps more than anyone else, but then again, we're left with no clues. The only thing I can deduce based on the trail we saw is that it is unimaginably large. Almost the size of a city. I suppose I was surmised that it's capable of moving alone for extended periods of time. The nameless god's power, Gebra, the engineers of Decagrammaton, and the unknown prophet's motives. To say it all out like that feels ominous. Just what are they after? There must be an answer hiding beneath the surface. Yeah, don't worry about it. What's happening all of a sudden? Don't worry about it. It's just small arms fire. With the sounds of it. Now, if it was cannon fire, we'd probably be all dead. Well, actually, no, you three would be fine. I'd be the one who's dead. Anti-aircraft fire. We're under attack. We should land, President. Yeah, don't worry, it's just small on fire, but if you want me to land, we'll land. There are hostiles in the air as well. For Sensei, okay, no, that might be bad. Let's make an emergency landing. Yes, commencing emergency landing. Wow, I fell out. Holy crap. Guys are bots. We're surrounded. I'll break through, Toki. Yes, I'll make quick work of them. Yeesh. This is twice we've seen Abby at the Toki. Like twice. There's one volume. They're getting more, and I think this will like outpace volume 2's number of times we've seen Abby as the Toki. They are very persistent. Is this attack also with the intent of collecting data? No, this is. Is this the trail we were following led us directly to this force of Decagrammaton troops? Was this a trap, or? How about the enemy forces suddenly retreated? In the ideal case, they will have recognized their inferiority and planned a strategic escape. However, it does not appear to be that. This is... could it be? Present entity approaching from 15 meters below. This is where you've been, Gebra. Alright, let's do this. Ah! Alright, no, it says just one enemy. I feel like... Actually, should I? I was thinking about bringing in, where'd she go? Naru. Well, actually, she's not that high leveled. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Well, let's send in Mika. I need to level soon. I need more power out of her. Get him. He's got a lot of health. Don't worry, we got this. Oh yeah, they do very much. Also, what the hell? This is gonna be interesting. We're frozen. Alright, I'm not sure what happened, but that happened. Well, I probably should have known we were gonna lose that one. The zombies weren't strong enough. I need something stronger. I need a vampire. Also, let's watch the next one. Yeah. This is not, is it not significantly stronger? Gerbro is not the same as before. This is beyond a power boost. There's a fundamental change in how it functions. For now, we should try to escape and regroup. Gerbro is approaching. I will stall the enemy while I do so. That's no good habit of yours, Toki. Can we even land the helicopter right now? Then, at the very least, Sensei. Mobilize Ama's unit. Huh? Is that... Ama's? Rio? Rio! Exchanging pleasantries in this situation is illogical. So let's skip them this time. Rio! Oh, I remember you. Always attacking me. God, I agree. Rio! Please focus on the enemy in front of you, Sensei. You too, Himari. I'm here to provide support and a way to deal with the fifth prophet, Gebra. Fine, fine. Only because we have no other choice. Thank you. You're not attacking us this time. Alright. You know what? I was gonna leave the zombies behind just to keep an eye on the Rios, but you know what? Looks like we don't have much of a choice. We'll have to go in. Yum zombies. Oh, yeah, God. I locked onto the wrong person, but you know that's probably fine. Ah. That's bad. Also, looks like Downer's getting capped somehow. Kill. Also, I was really thinking about staying in a tank. There we go, alright, I just need to keep it there. Gotta make sure I don't use anything else. Ika, help. Also, it looks like it wore off. It's slowing down, Toki. Yes, Miss Rio, commencing attack. Effective hit, although we appear to have let it get away. A tactical retreat. It's a shame that it escaped yet again. In fact, if the retreat is to our advantage, we require time to assess and reorganize. Shiburu's signal lost. It moves very efficiently. Oh well. Ellipses. Hello, Miss Rio. That was an efficient entrance in many ways. Excellent timing. But are you okay, President Himari? I have absolutely no idea why you feel the need to check on me, but I'm fine. I don't feel jealous in any way, shape, or form that a certain someone came on a trail of blazing glory and stole the spotlight. Okay, I was thinking about something different, but sure. Because I am benevolent and generous and kind. Do you understand, Emmy? Yes, I understand that the president is skulking. You slander as effortlessly as you breathe. Let's begin with the most superficial greeting that I can muster. It's nice to see you again, Rio. How have you been? Did you not hear me say that we'll begin with a superficial greeting? You can start with a simple hello, Rio, or nothing else. I still got that scar, you know. Ah, yes, understood. Hello, it's nice to meet you. How have you been? Yes, I sincerely returned to sentiment, Miss Rio. Have you been sleeping well? I hope you're not staying up all night and sleeping until the afternoon. You know, I feel like we need to assign a certain someone from the GSC to you. A certain someone who, you know, thinks the same way as Toki does. A certain oily-haired big person. But anyways, managing your circadian rhythm is the only thing that housekeeping robot cannot assist you with. I'm trying. I believe I can visualize what Miss Rio and Toki's life together was like. Should we inch our way over to the point now? To begin, you haven't returned to Millennium all this time. I've been hiding out. That's... Maria, I have a confession to make. She wasn't hiding out at all. Never. Furthermore, a certain seminar treasurer has quite a bit to say to you. I think she has plenty to say, or had plenty to say before. But anyways, I also simply cannot look past her dramatic reveal. At such a crucial moment at that. Surely you weren't thinking, I need to do something to justify my return. I can't show my face again unless I have something to offer. I was tracking down every clue I could find to the Nameless God's powers. The Nameless God's powers? Yes, it didn't simply disappear after it manifested on that day. There were traces of it left all over Kivatos. I wasn't expecting to run into you during my investigation. Her investigation into the Nameless God's powers led her to Decagrammaton's prophets. I'm still doing my utmost to prepare for and prevent the unknown phenomena that could devastate Kivatos. That hasn't changed, not since I first established the Super Phenomenon Task Force. I'm not charismatic or very skilled at social interactions, so I wanted to do what I'm able to do. It was how I hoped to find redemption. Fine, I can accept that, however. You simply offloaded the responsibilities of the Super Phenomenon Task Force on me and disappeared. It put me in a position where I couldn't refuse. Despite your dislike of me, I knew you would follow through. From my perspective, that could be seen as a threat. Well, Himari, you're not wrong. Well, we could have been in big trouble if Rio hadn't come, right? Yes, even I acknowledge that. In fact, even outside this incident, we are all owe you a debt, in one form or another. What I'm really trying to say was to stop waffling with useless things like redemptions or justifications and come back to Millennium. What was that? Did you say something? Forget it! However, the Super Phenomenon Task Force ended up fulfilling its role exactly as intended, Miss Rio. Yes, and I, excellent agent and perfect maid, also played my role perfectly. Toki aside, as the founder of the Super Phenomenon Task Force, how do you feel? I'm still figuring that out. I thought you answered like that. What I can say for certain is that the events occurring here are significant, and ripples will spread far throughout Kivatos. To summarize, you know things that we don't. I'm sure that along the way we gathered data that you haven't. So here's my proposal. Exchange of information and freedom. That is the logical conclusion. Shall we undertake that endeavor as we continue our pursuit of Gebura? I accept those terms. Emmy, do you know the way to, do you know the direction Gebura retreated to? Affirmative, I remember. What are we waiting for? Let's move out, Sensei. Well. Let's keep going, shall we? Alright. Not sure how many episode, wow, we're only on episode 5. Looks like a lot has happened. I suppose a lot has happened, but still. The alarm is going off. Now, another message from Gebra. Oh. Darling Gebra lost? Oh, I see. Shall we commence Plan B? No objections there. We shall respect Gebra's wishes to the very end. So we'll draw them out to that place. Gebra has worked hard to lure the enemies to the right direction, though. That's our Gebra. Meticulous, diligent, not to mention hot-headed. Let's analyze the logs. Oh dear, an unexpected variable. The name, am I reading this right? Tsukatsuki Ryo. Tsukatsuki Ryo? Annoying, an annoying opponent. Ugh, perhaps we should have anticipated this. But why now? Another useless line of questioning. After all, she's the one who knows Master's presence and the first one to, with the audacity to investigate its traces. Regardless, we need to prepare a method to handle this variable. Quick, to my ship! Even factoring her in, if we consider where they're being lured and we have prepared, here's the question. A variable has factored itself into the equation that we cannot simply ignore. Do we simply proceed with our previous methodology? What do you think we should do, Soph? Decisions. We have to be decisive. Yes, yeah, we'll proceed with the plan, using the same methodology. As expected, in fact, I suspect as such. Are you sure this is Tsukatsuki Ryo? Yeah. I acknowledge that she's a formidable foe, but on the other hand, that kid is just as formidable. Don't you think what do you think? Kids are invincible. Well, not really, but our kids are invincible, right? Yes, you're correct. That baby is invincible. Regardless, once stepped into that place, the Tsukatsuki Ryo will be rendered utterly useless. Yes, the Tsukatsuki Ryo is only here wirelessly. Absolutely correct. Lastly, we need to correctly analyze correctly evaluate what level of threat this new variable poses. Tsukatsuki Ryo, the one with the audacity to grasp forbidden technology, which lies well beyond her station. I knew her data. Additionally, she founded the Super Phenomenon Task Force, which dared to meddle with the Master's operations. I suppose Akeboshi Himari was at the helm of the sabotage, however. She obscured her location and operated in the darkest shadows until now. What would cause her to suddenly reveal herself? For her to suddenly step into the front lines? Right. For one reason or another, she was waiting for that teacher of theirs to join. All of it is soft-seedy speculation. Trust it to all of you. Anyways, Tsukatsuki Ryo is a dangerous variable as sensei. Or simply one that can be written out of the equation. We shall have to see. The conclusion Soph has come to then. You're intended to evaluate the significance of the new variable alongside the utter decimation of all enemies using the child. Do I need to say it again? But is that really alright? If they encountered that child, even those people would surely die? Yes. A great issue of great complication. We have yet to harm a human. Have held no desire to do so, never even thought of it. If honesty were to compel me, I'd admit that even I feel. And so my thoughts are that this burden is one we must carry. Huh? I truly speak, do I not? In luring the humans out to the glacial sea, we have already pronounced our resolve in that regard. Did we not already tell them please die? Wasn't that just for dramatic effect? Yes. Yeah, I thought that was the case as well. Listen, both of you, strengthen your spirits for the sake of our elder sister. But I know, Ein. We never planned. Our ultimate goal was to avoid this solution to the equation. But who came to our shore first? Sissy and the other humans invaded without permission, might I add. Yes, I understand. I must strengthen my resolve so I don't fall behind. Yes, all will be as it should be. Yes, although making such a statement is the very epitome of irresponsibility. Wah! Or... Apology, truly, Iron exhibits such a wide array of responses. The temptation to experiment with different variables is simply too strong. Oh! I was sorely tempted to experiment with your logic circuit's durability as well. Care to be my test subject? Now, or rather you being the one to conduct such an intriguing experiment. Oh, enough violence! So, it's fine, you don't have to. Well, I don't think those girls have to worry about, my girls, because my girls are basically invincible. Me, not so much. And Rio, probably not so much. As I stated previously, I have been investigating the traces of the Nameless God's powers left behind. And in that process, I unexpectedly encountered Gibra, the fifth prophet of Decagrammaton. Does that create a connection to the trails we found at the Glacial Sea? But we've been unable to draw a line from Decagrammaton and the Nameless Gods, at least until now. That's correct, Emmy. I'm sure there are some truths to be uncovered in that alone. For now, we'll review what we're absolutely certain is a fact. We've gathered information from the other prophets that inhabit the Glacial Sea. It appears to be a mining resources here. Mining resources? I suspect this prophet has taken the form of a ship of some kind, an icebreaker or a tactical ship. I see. That hypothesis would align with the traces that we've discovered. The Glacial Sea, very few humans travel here, but is known to have a wealth of resources. Knowing that, we can surmise that Gibra's role here is to patrol the nearby terrain for potential enemies, and act as guard for the other prophets. That does actually make sense. Did you find out the identity of the ship-shaped prophet? Not as of yet. It strangely emits almost no readable signals. I've attempted to take pictures of the scenes with an AMAS I converted to a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft, but there's only so much that can be done while avoiding detection. I see. We'll incorporate your data into the hypothesis we've been developing. What hypothesis is that? Based on your observations, the Decagrammaton engineers were not only aware of the Nameless God's powers, but also have likely acquired it. Yes, that seems like a likely conclusion. He realized that during our battle against the engineer, we're recording data from Toki's Abesha. We can only conclude that it was to validate whatever data they have collected of the Nameless God's power. On top of that, according to your information, there's another prophet shaped like a ship, mining resources in the Glacial Sea. And as it left the area, it left behind a massive trail behind. Which begs the question. What kind of question? Been more or less to determine Gibra's purpose, patrolling and data collection. But for what reason is the mystery prophet mining resources? That's... Do you think it has a different motive from Gibra? You think it's playing StarCraft over there? I believe so. Of course. Yo, that's my belief. Again, this is all speculation and hypothesis. We'll only find answers on the field at the end of the trail we've been tracking. According to my calculations, there's a high likelihood that the ship's prophet is waiting there. Wait, I have a report. While we've been speaking, it seems that the terrain below us has changed. I'll decrease our altitude. Please buckle your seatbelts and beware of turbulence. They're probably constructing more pylons there. And grass. Oh wait, where are we? Are we in the Arctic or the Antarctic? Like, I know the Antarctic is basically one big desert essentially, but I don't know. Look at this. There's grass down here, so I assume we're somewhere around the we're in the lower Arctic. I assume that's my assumption since well, got some vegetation here. But anyways, also Himari, please. I'm speculating on the geography we're in. Never established like where we went. Apart from the fact that we're in the Glacial Sea. Also, ouch. What's wrong, President? What is this? I foolishly believed we had escaped the clutches of the Glacial Sea only to enter a frozen tundra. There's nothing warm about a tundra. I can't take off my insulated suit. It's difficult to move. Yes, it's cold. I like it. Maybe it's a teeny tiny bit better than the glacial sea. Well, it should be slightly warmer. I don't want a teeny tiny bit. I would like a fundamental problem to be resolved. However, it's warmer here. On average, the temperature has risen around 3 degrees Celsius. In fact, the sea will not freeze as easily here, thanks to global warming. I would like to emphasize that there's no sea here. On to more important matters, I identified something strange. What is that? It appears to be a trace left behind by something capable of moving. Perhaps it's some kind of human. From certain perspectives, it's actually quite normal. Came this far following a wisp of a trace, so why should we not continue to follow a trace? But this one is, well... They look like giant pits, perfectly spaced out. I think we might have found the geysers of we found the geysers. Does a ship leave behind such a trace? I know this sounds ridiculous, but we found the great geysers. Yes, I don't quite know how to say it. However, as they say, it appears to be something like the footprints of a huge monster? The way you say that out loud, what everyone else is afraid of, too, is quite commendable at times. Are modern ships capable of walking? No, don't you hear yourself? Ships cannot walk. What purpose would it serve to attach legs to a ship? There's no one in existence who operates with such irrationality and efficiency. I don't know, I feel like the spirit of Motherwell might have something to say about that. But you enjoy irrational and inefficient things, President, like astrology and numerology and... Hey, you cannot simply understand my genius, Emily. Astrology is one giant science, combining all the studies of many different disciplines, just like Scientology. Including celestial statistics and events, the philosophy surrounding the malleability of fate, mathematics, and physics. But giant monsters are a realm that cannot be explained by science. A figment of imagination. There's no way they exist. Come on now, Emmy. Scientology has said so. Say that now. How do we approach this? We have been unable to acquire any other leads. It would be inefficient to simply turn back now. I think so too. Thanks for the summary, Toki. Thank you, Sensei. And while you're at it, these fake compliments make the world go round. I'm not the world. I am Asuma Toki. What do you do, Toki? Sensei, Toki's saying weird things again. Yeah. I think in stock of the situation, please alert us of any updates, Rio. Understood. Can you stand guard, Toki? We need to be prepared for any possible threats. Understood, President Himari. Be continued. Wait, really? Alright, that flame! There's a flame! Alright, well, let's go check this out. Yeesh! Alright, there's a lot of exposition in this story. Or, in this chapter. Lots of it. The previous chapter has quite a bit of exposition too, but this one, it's so big that it's actually eating up a lot of the chapters. There's a volcano in the middle of the tundra. Yes, behold, Mount Fuji. Warmth! No, Imari, don't! Lava's too hot! I agree, too hot! Don't go in! I think it's just right. No, I mean, it's still slightly cold, and as always, you're slightly strange. Humans are designed to live in these kinds of... No, in temperatures much warmer than this. The cold was nice and refreshing, but this is too hot. This is beyond my threshold. I will remove my clothing now, Sensei. Oh! No, Emmy, contain yourself. But why? Humans naturally find cold more tolerable than heat. You can even suffer from heat stroke with sun exposure. We're not equipped to endure such heat stroke, and some symptoms include fainting, convulsions, low blood pressure, dehydration, and even death. Just ask your wife, Yume. That's how she felt when she died out in the desert. To make matters worse, it's difficult to determine the cause of death when people die of heat stroke. I should know, because I watched your wife Yume die. In conclusion, it's inhumane treatment to continue this operation and force me to endure this extreme heat. Think about what happened to Yume. Think about how her tongue curled up beyond her mouth when she died of dehydration. You know you're very well versed in these symptoms, right? We're sorry for causing you trouble, Sensei. But you feel honored to have received an apology from me? That's a given, after all. Who can empathize so perfectly with others and console them besides me? Besides a delicate, fragile genius hacker, a kind, benevolent president, an omnipotent and omnipotent beauty. The simple task comes as easily as breathing to me. Just a simple task. I said it twice to really emphasize how simple it is for me. Yes, absolutely. Of course, you're right, Himari. Excuse me, I'm just gonna throw myself into the volcano. Your expression and words are incredibly contradictory. Trail ends here, I'll scout ahead. However, the expected terrain has changed, thus so has the situation. Furthermore, the volcano is erupting. We're all gonna die. There are many machines currently in operation. Yes, digging, drilling, transporting, demolishing, they're very busy. That's a drilling machine, isn't it? Drilling is primarily used to require resources, yes? Then they're mining for something here. Various ores tend to be formed in volcanic regions. For example, volcanoes make copper ore, and you can mine a significant amount of sulfur near an active volcano, but... President, she turned invisible! Watch your backs, everyone! A communication cam! Toki! Yes, President Himari, I confirmed a powerful jamming signal broadcasting throughout the entire region. In addition, Abiesha appears to be affected as well. This jamming signal operates by overloading electronics, an EMP, if you will. No concern, in my experience, any technology very hard usually works. No, Emmy, no! This isn't Armageddon! Don't do it! Emmy! It did not work. Peculiar. Maybe the angle was wrong. No, Emmy, don't. I don't think that was the problem. Hello, LOL face. Long time no see. How have you been? Is that so? Due to a lack of opinion or options, I will reduce the output down to regular mode. I can store Abiesha in a temporary trailer, Mr. Rio created with Amos. Negative, the jamming signal also interfere with the trailer's functions. The only other avenue is to manually dismantle Abiesha. I can assist. Thank you, Emmy. Wait, any equipment that's still running? Yes, I can utilize any online devices to reverse the jamming signal. It's strong enough that it should be possible. I found it. The signal is coming from that direction. Is that a radar base? A shrine facility of sorts? It may be made to transmit this jamming signal. No matter what it is, we'll need to find a way to resolve the jamming situation immediately. What reason? Losing Abiesha as a combat tool is a huge blow to our forces. Furthermore, and I absolutely loathe to admit this, but without Rio's Amas unit and navigation, remaining here is risky at best. This is purely about the utility of the tools available to us. Do you understand? Do you? Can't be honest with ourselves when it comes to Miss Rio. Understood, Emmy. Your expression reads as follows. President Himari cannot be honest with herself when it comes to Miss Rio. Can you read my mind? No, I was simply talking. I figured as much. Now, let's go that way. Yes, let's do so, Sensei. The situation and circumstances all point us towards that direction. Follow me. Be careful, Sensei, President everyone. Alright. I'm kind of forgotten what we're about to go up against, but let's see. Let's see. Also, hopefully I didn't traumatize anyone with that whole Yume bit I did. Especially Oshino. Alright, looks like it's basically just the same enemies. So whenever I think of dehydration, I immediately think of Yume, and whenever I think of Yume, well, I think of death. And by death, I mean these two. The two deaths before you. Where? Okay, you know what? No. I want the gun. I want the big gun. Also, I don't know how that guy got hit, but he got hit. But whatever. Zombers. Old zombers. That's what Kubertos has produced. Zombers. Break through the defenses, please, Toki. Yes, all you can say back. Facility destroyed. Success. We caught the jamming signal. Is everyone okay? My signal just came back online. I would have been sorely disappointed if it hadn't. Well, now, I suppose, I'll say it's a relief. Yes, I never regained control of the Amas as well. Or I've regained control of the Amas as well. I also have access to Rio's trailer. A job well done. Where are you currently? You know what? This clearing looks very familiar. In fact, too familiar. The facility responsible for the jamming signal. We moved to this location when we realized what had happened. However, after the eradication of the first building, we discovered another massive one behind it. Never mind something like this existing on land, but on the glacial sea. Now that I think of it, you were here too, Rio. Well, actually, not exactly, but your spirit was here. Spiritually. Something of this scale, could it be? Have you realized something, Rio? Nothing I can assert with absolute certainty. There's one thing I can say, the amount of resources being mined in this region. It far exceeds the mine drone done by the Prophet. I've been researching it out in the glacial sea. No one could have put this much work of the workforce into mining for no reason. There must be a specific need for these resources. But this begs the question: what could they possibly need this much material for? To those children in Decagrammaton, could they truly be planning on building a new kingdom? A new kingdom? What should we do, Sensei? Let's explore this facility and also let me go call Crown. I feel like we need to bring Crown here. Isn't that pretty dangerous? Oh no, it's not. Don't worry, it's just Crown. Don't worry. She'll probably ask for a little bit of food, but it'll be fine. Honest. Our odds have improved. And we have Miss Rio back. Yes, the mission is to track down the Prophet and explore the terrain. If the enemy forces appear again, I get to see him once more. I am the strongest maid and secret agent. That invokes an ominous feeling of sorts. Yeah. You know what, let me also go call Privity too. I think we need Privity here. We need to make this place less friendly. Regardless, I second the motion. Someone went through the trouble of building a facility like this in an abandoned tundra. That in of itself is worth investigating. As Rio mentioned, there's something bubbling beneath it all, and we have to yet to bring it to the surface. Himari, sometimes your vernacular scares me. Do keep in mind we're standing on top of a volcano. And you know, sometimes there's water, like boiling water under these volcanoes. Or next to these volcanoes. Anyways. Affirmative, the president responded as expected. Yes, I've said before, President Mari has such a side. There's been a growing number of conspiracy theories about me lately. Anyways, tread carefully, everyone. Be continued. Next episode, exploration. That's what I love doing, exploration, yes. Exploration, how much time do we have? Okay, toys. About almost 26 minutes. Alright, we can do like a few more of these. Now, these episodes are kind of dragging out a little bit. This is... Oh, wait, we're back. We're back in the ruins. Whoops. This passageway connects to the destroyed facility, or connect to the destroyed facility with this one. Also, speaking of the ruins, I still don't know why that place is abandoned. They never really addressed it that much. Like, we found Decagrammaton down there, but apart from that, no other reason why this place got abandoned. Like, surely it could have been Decagrammaton that made the whole ruins abandoned. Surely it can't be that. Well, let's not dwell on it. We may have deployed too much gunpowder. Shockwave shattered everything. You don't say. I'm really following the teaching fast down from my upperclassmen. Yes. Mori. Yes, the Mori. He's always good at breaking things and digging holes and breaking more things. Like relationships. But anyways. One particular person's proverb was, there's no such thing as too much gunpowder. Or firepower activated. Yes, that phrase. I know who exactly whose proverb that was, and not this person. We also have another proverb. Oh no, my firepower. I have detected any movement from enemy troops. You're cleared to move forwards. Let's go. I'm getting more and more intrigued. I'm referencing sounds of machinery operating. A conveyor belt? Yes, after refining the mined resources, it would seem that they're transporting them elsewhere. I would surmise this to be a processing factory. On a massive scale, it's akin to a large steel mill. A mysterious trail, drilling machines, a signal jamming the facility and processing factory. Operations of this scale have been happening in this region without a single person noticing. The various schemes play out that way rather than often. The radar site is down. We have spotted the enemy at the entrance of the second facility. Now then, shall we get started? Getting started means forcing them deeper towards that place. I can do it. A rudimentary tactic. Put them into our clutches. They eradicate them as they dance in the palm of our hands. Troop deployment complete. Now, Ein, fulfill your role. Yes, it's slightly behind my comprehension, but this is how one hunts down prey animals like rabbits and deer. from the base of the mountains to its apex. Oh no, they're attacking the SRT squad. They're attacking Rapid Squad. Quick, defend them. Protect the Mew. I learned this from Soft. The other way around. Ah, really? Not again. Let the Soft know. We never actually encountered something like that, a rabbit or a deer. He murdered Miyako somehow. That's how she knows. What is this? This can't be a massive force of enemy troops preparing to engage you. Don't worry. Nothing like a little bit of firepower can't solve. Decagrammaton forces. This is incomparable to our previous battles. What's our next move, President? I shall prepare for battle. Stand down, Toki. Enemy's assessment is correct. Even you can't hope to take down an enemy force of that size. Furthermore, Abiesa wasn't designated to function in narrow indoor terrain. Understood, Miss Rio. There's no escape we can use. Just hold on. I'm looking. Your force is charging in a single direction. Just block off the entrance you came through. There's only one clear path, deeper into the facility. If you follow it that way, there's an exit at the back. Also, wait a second. They're fighting through a narrow corridor. Doesn't that mean we have the advantage? Let's just let them come to us one by one. Unless this place is wired to explode. Ooh. The only route available to us is beyond the conveyor belt, wherever processed resources are being sent. There's no knowing what lies on the other side, but I would argue that taking the path would be much more efficient than facing the whole force of enemy troops behind us. See, they're all bunched up. It's easier to take them all down. In conclusion, I would agree with Miss Rio's suggestion. I can prepare for combat. Yeah, let's do it, Toki. You and me. Said no, there are times to fight. That time is not right now. Understood. I will clear the way. This has all the markings of a trap. They don't say. I can't fall prey to these negative thoughts. With both Sensei and Mari here, we can push through this. Sure. Well, these two can push through this. I'm not sure about you. Anyways, take a look at our enemies. Hi. But all these people are awake. Okay, no one. I should have like another team here. Oh. Wait, hey! Okay, it looks like we got this up another team. Alright, you two can where's your sister? There she is. I need to level her up later. If I can level her up right now, I guess. Let's level her up a bit. Yes. Yes, that's a teensy bit, not too much. Just get her up to her sister at least. Actually, you know what? Well, just do that. Alright, and then I just toss all of these in. There you go. There you go. Time to make the enemy die. Dead. Yes. Okay, you can go there. I guess I can toss Reza in there. Let's toss Reza in there. Also, let's toss Yuzu in there. There. Now our team is cute and funny. Okay, who else can I toss in? I could toss Mo Shizlak in here, but how about no? I guess I could put you in there. What else can I put in? Yeah, I want to throw a 9 in A, but I'm not too sure about that. Mo Shizlak, Ione. Mo Shizlak, Ione. Mo Shizlak. There we go. Let's say Mo saved them. Let's just say Mo saved them. Mo saved the cute and funny. Here, this is how he saved. Actually, give it a sec. Here, this is how Mo saved the children. He blew up the island. There, they're all saved. Oh, crap. That's way too early. He made them die. She's in the process of making them die. Okay, no, whatever. Rizzo was there too. I should get him. And that's how the children escape. That's the army. Mo, help us. Quick, pick him up, Flaming Mo. Hell, I'll sort them out. Chokma. That's devoted for Flaming Mo. Let's get in there. I located the exit. Hurry, Sensei. President Himari. It's locked. I'm forcing my way through. Excuse me. Huh? It's lava. This is... You mean to say this is inside? We're now inside the volcano we saw earlier. This path led us to the heart of the volcano. This is really it, Rio. This is the most logical decision at the time, at least where there are no enemies here. Volcano, high temperature area, and climbing. The heat is unbearable now. Tiger, fix it, Sensei. Take responsibility. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll take care of the child together. You're better dressed than your usual outfit, at least. I suppose. I'm melting away, just like Yume. Just like the Yume you abandoned, Hoshino. I'm melting. Ooh, we may have ended up inside a volcano, but at least we could catch our breath. Also, who's Hoshino? Let's go back to the helicopter and AC right now. Our state-of-the-art helicopter is not your refrigerator. Further in we proceed, the more drilling rigs there are, perhaps they're mining for oil. This mountain was likely at the core target of their mining operations. The glacial sea, the tundra, and the volcano. Just what were they planning on doing with this wealth of resources? Is it for Ches munition factory? No, if that were the case. Emmy, you look unwell. Will you be okay? He's going to turn into Yume. He's going to die. See, there she goes, just like Yume. No, I truly am at my limit. If I don't make it, please leave a scoop. No, a whole box of ice cream in memory of me on my grave. Given the context, that sounds alarmingly not like a joke. However, the enemy seems to have stopped their pursuit. As high as it may be, we can recollect ourselves here for a moment. They stopped. Yes, I'm scanning the area with drones and AMAs, but I've detected no enemy troops in the area. On the surface, that's a relief. Leaf. underneath, it's an ominous statement. How so? Why would the enemy, who severely outnumber us, not press their advantage? The only deterrent would be something of a greater threat, or something they shouldn't they shouldn't approach. Ding ding ding. The answer is, in fact, both. That voice. You somehow managed to reach, intrude on this place. It's a shame it'll be all for nothing, isn't it? Yes, congratulations are in order. However, are they not quite a feat they've achieved? It doesn't matter because it's all over now. Hey, I said it. I did it. Have you been watching us? Of course, ever since you set foot in the tundra. Do you think you can escape with our troops and still escape with our intentions? Oh my, oh dear. Do humans require such glaring facts to be explained to them? Disappointing cannot accurately express the feeling of running through my circuits. I suppose it's to be expected. From here, it's all over right here, right now. Yes, yeah. Like I said, let's get this over with. Of course, if you choose to surrender, I cannot fathom reason not to accept. Do we call this mercy? A sense of pity? What are you trying to do here? It's okay to tell them. The details we cannot, but there are things we could reveal to the humans. Soft? Why not? We intend to build a new foundation for this world. Everything anew. If you really think about it, we're doing it for you. Yes, you, the one with the iPad. Yes. To put it simply, we will present the perfect model, the complete answer. Yes. Now listen closely. Next matter is of great import. Allow me to explain it in terms you understand. It's not the bane of human existence to agonize over right and wrong decisions, whether the path you tread is the optimal choice. You'll graciously grant each and every one of you mercy. You'll never again have to another worry. So normally, or is just yapping. But that was the master's very reason for existence. Oh my, have you been watching too many science fiction movies? What a third-rate villain line. What a waste of time, not even worth listening to if you believe in your message. You shouldn't feel the need to hide things. This is correct. I've been told that nothing can be for the good of all, and create something anew is not worth a while. You're going too far. I'm starting to get a little angry. It is of no concern. The outcome was still within the range of our predictions, was it not? The Decagrammaton's engineers I have been hearing about. Tsukasaki Ryo. Tsukasaki Ryo. The new variable, you arrived. So why did this variable finally make her appearance? No, another useless question. You, the first to notice the master's presence, the audacious one who follows the trail. Have you not researched it the day Kibito's sky almost fell? And like that time, you have remained in the shadows where you belong. I can acknowledge this sentiment. Your perception of me is yours to keep after all. However, you gather much more data on me than I expected. We engineers prepare for any and all possibilities, because we're the engineers. That's why I talked about we return everything to how it should be. The ground. I just wanted to point out that the ground, it's very hot. Detecting activity from the volcano. Sensei, there. The ground! There's more ground! A prophet. I'm seeing signals of a new prophet. Yes, I can confirm the wave pattern. Is this Chakma? Chakma! No! I'm not talking about Chakma. I'm talking about the ground. There's so much of it. Chakma, the second stepper of the Tree of Life. The realm of ancient guardian. Shining intelligence and hidden wisdom. Unwelcome variables are unwelcome. With Chakma's powers, this volcano will erupt. And eradicate the most unwelcome variable here, Shell Sensei. And of course you, Tsukasaki Ryo. No problem for you, right, Hein? If it's for the elder sister. And did they not decline our offer of mercy? You're right, they did, yes. What in the world? Smooth moves, Sensei, smooth moves. Wow, this ground. God damn. This makes no sense. That thing on top of the lava is super phenomenon, or a super phenomenon. Right, I think the original purpose of our club was to investigate such things. The super phenomena we created to investigate, and the things are two different, entirely different breeds. This signal is the nameless god. Gibro was always reliable. A hothead, but still reliable. That's why he left the important task of patrolling the glacial sea to it. In fact, it was Gebro's idea to lure you ingrates here. And the amazing sensei and Tsukisaki Ryo can't do anything to fight Chakma, not while it's in lava. Well, don't be so sure, because at one point, we took on a dragon in the lava. Izumimoto is weak to heat, and Asuma Toki's Abiesha is in need of maintenance. It's too tiring to fight without rest. Huh. It's break time in more ways than one. We will go ahead and grant you one. And we will go ahead and grant you one eternal rest. Against these kind of enemies, something is straightforward, or sometimes a straightforward operation works the best. What are you going to do, Ryo? Suicide drones! Oh, to deploy every Amos I have to build a defense line. We use the realm or remains of the defense facility, and we can use the remains from the field facility. It won't be a proper barrier, but sometimes against primitive opponents, you need primitive methods. I see, that must be. Thank you, Ryo. The engineers stated that Sensei was their primary target for eradication. In their eyes, Sensei's presence is the biggest threat. Yeah, of course. You hear what I said earlier, Toki? Once I get in there, that's when we start punching holes in the sheet metal. Smash them to bits and stick them to the scrapyard. Sensei, I don't know who those children are, or I don't know what those children are thinking or planning. But for now, let's take care of what's right in front of us. And then you'll definitely turn on the AC for me? For 10 hours straight if you want. Thank you, Sensei, that's why I like you. The helicopter's going around out of field if you do that. Preparing for battle. No, it's settled, everyone, let's engage. We're sure worked hard to lure them in all the way out here. Good luck, Chakma. Tsukisaki Ryo may have deployed countermeasures, but our beloved Chakma can handle them. Watch out, they're sending a barge in to attack us. Look out! Alright, let's see what this guy is. Make sure I analyze the enemy. Oh wait, you're a special unit. Alright, well, that calls for a different team. A different team. Different teams. For different solutions. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I assume Hoshino can handle this. I almost said no end, but I'm not sure. I also know they might have extra enemies down there, so I might as well send this lady in. Who else should I send? Okay, no, I'm scraping the barrel here. I'm looking at them. You know what? I feel like this thing might be good enough. Also, I kind of wish I had a special healer. Or not a special healer, but a mystic healer. a damage-dealing Mystic Healer. Well, actually, no, technically I do, but I need to level her up, and quite frankly, I'm not feeling up to it. Oh, granted. Actually, what equipment do you even have? I haven't given you any equipment, haven't I? Alright, well, you know what? I guess you can stay back. Alright, send you 3. Well, actually, no, it's just one enemy. I could send Wakamo in. Let's just send Wakamo in. Also, you know what? Screw it. I'm tossing in Chiratsu. Alright, well, should I throw in? Let's throw in Senna. Alright, oh, that. This is a haphazardly put together team, but at least we have the terrorist rocker with us. The barge! The barge are transformed! It's Wakamo's ship 2.0! Wakamo, stop the machine! Also, what am I supposed to aim? What am I supposed to do? Also, I'm probably sure about Noah for this because it looks like you have a target for me to aim for. And take care of that. Let me. Okay. Nope. Get. Now use Hoshin. Hoshin, go. Get him. Okay, I don't know how to. No, good shot. Also, here's the raid bot that we're gonna run into later. Come on, I got this. Get him, Senna. Beep beep. I killed it. Alright, well, to be continued. I'm not sure. Tactical victory. Right, Alright, get out of here. What? Oh my, okay, there's a lot more chapters left. Alright, I think I'll continue this on a later date. A slightly bit later date. Yeah, once I get through all this chapter, we'll probably take a break from the Blue Archives. For now, that is. But anyways, yeah, we'll take care. We'll go through the entire chapter, soon. But anywho, I think we're just gonna go ahead and call it quits for now. So if you like the stream, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more. And if you're watching this as a VOD, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy well watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yes, bye. Bring Starbuck Cat.